just like, yeah, I'm about to marry my husband. What is happening, lovely people? Thank you so much for clicking on my video. My name is Liza and welcome to my channel. Woo! As you've seen by the title, this video is all about wedding dress shopping or finding your perfect wedding dress. Yay! This video specifically will be about my white wedding outfits, dresses, and also I will talk a little bit about what I wore for my legal wedding. But yeah, let's get down to the video. My wedding dress journey was not hectic at all. I don't know why, but if you watch my proposal video, I mentioned that my partner and I had already been talking about getting married, so I knew it was round the corner. And what I would always do was, whenever I see something on the internet, I'd save it. I had an idea of what I wanted and I knew exactly what I didn't want, okay? And I feel like you should start from there. I knew I did not want no long sleeve wedding dress. I did not want no turtleneck. I knew my wedding dress had to be a sweetheart line. I knew I did not want a princess ball gown. I wanted something very fitted, something very figure hugging, you know. I really wanted to show them, but I also wanted a very long train, because obviously it's like one day you don't want to be wearing a simple dress or a dress that somebody that's coming to your wedding could potentially be wearing something similar. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be surprised like how many people come to weddings and they're wearing like a long train as well. So you need to really be giving bride. Don't play. This is not the time to play. If you're not that kind of girl that's a girly girl that's so into dresses, you still need to make an effort on your special day. So with that being said, look on the internet, have a look around, shop around, save what you like. Make sure you make a note of what you definitely do not want, and start saving and looking at wedding dress shops in your area. If you're in the UK, then Where to Be is your #1 stop to start. Please, 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 please. I don't care if you're getting your dress tailor-made. I don't care if you know exactly where you're getting your dress done. Please don't miss out on the experience, because Where to Be is like a huge UK franchise. I don't know if they have it in other countries, but I know all over England, all over UK, they have shops. So there will definitely be one in your area. I promise you. I live in a very small town, and we have like two like Where to Be stores here in this area. Also, you don't need an appointment. You can literally walk in on the day and just try on a few dresses without having to pay anything. A lot of these like bougie high-end wedding dress shops, you're required to book an appointment, and you're gonna most of the time pay to try on dresses. Like, do yourself a favor and start off with Where to Be. I think I used about 9 months to sort out my wedding dress. Most people do say to you, give yourself about a year to get your wedding dress done. Now, it's a bit of a tricky one, because if you're getting your dress made, then 1 year you go through a lot of emotions when it comes to like wedding planning season, and so you might lose a lot of weight, you might gain a lot of weight. People have different experiences, and so I feel like 1 year is usually too much. I would say, I think 10 months, 9 months. But also, like, if you're trying to go to these big names that get booked up pretty quickly, then obviously it's a different story altogether. So if you know that what you want is like hard to get, then be on it super quickly to avoid like additional charges to get things done quicker. My first time ever wedding dress shopping, I decided to go with my sister-in-law, and I am so glad that I did that. Some people do end up going with their bridesmaids, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but I find that for me, I struggle with making decisions sometimes, and I'm a bit of a people pleaser. And also, I did have a few friends that I know were very much like, they didn't know when to like maybe step back. A tip for you, if you're a bridesmaid, a mom or whatever, and you're going wedding dress shopping with your bride, what you need to do, yes, be honest with them, but really and truly you need to be going off of their backpack. If the bride is like feeling a certain dress, like if they know what they want, don't be too pushy, because it's not about you, it's about them. So try not to put yourself in that person's shoes. That's not the time to put yourself in that person's shoe. Like, allow them to explore and try things that they like and things that they don't like. I made the executive decision not to go with my bridesmaids because I just didn't want a lot of outside noise. I say this to say that make sure that whoever you're going with is somebody that you can be your 100% self with, and the person knows how to step back and let you be yourself. Well, I went with 2 of my sisters-in-law to try on my wedding dresses at Wet to Be. Before I went, I had looked on their website and I had an idea of the dresses that I wanted to pick. Unfortunately, where I went to, they did not have some of the dresses that I'd seen online. They were just saying stuff like it wasn't in season, or they didn't have it in my size, stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't get to try on quite a few of the dresses that I'd seen online, which was a bit of a bummer. But actually in store, they had loads and loads and loads of dresses. So when I went there, in my head I was like, I want fitted dresses, you know, I want something to snatch me in, I want my figure 8 showing. Unfortunately, I went, tried on these dresses, and I was starting to feel like, yeah, it's not for me. It wasn't sitting right. Like, I don't know, I think I tried on a good 5 dresses or 6, 2 or 3 of them being the figure hugging ones, and I was not feeling any of them at all. Like, it just felt like getting a dress from Opoly and just turning up to a party, and I was just like, it wasn't really giving what I was thinking a wedding dress should give. And I really loved the customer service at Wet to Be. Honestly, they gave me a lot of attention. Like, I did not feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm the kind of person that I feel like I don't want to bother people, and after trying 1 or 2 dresses, I'm like, oh gosh, am I being annoying? Am I being too much? Like, am I doing too much? But it's like, they were so lovely. Like, they were like, oh no, try this one, you know. They weren't making me feel like they were rushing me, do you know what I mean? And I really appreciated that, because it's like, especially if you're somebody that doesn't know what you want at all completely, you are going to want to try on loads and loads of different dresses. With the Wet to Be experience, you just walk in, and I was waiting in the waiting area, and then when it was time, somebody came up to come and pick me up. Now, while I was waiting, one of the ladies there was speaking to me and asking me the kind of dresses that I wanted. We had this pre-discussion. She put my name in the system and put the types of dresses that I wanted, and so by the time I went downstairs, somebody had picked out a few dresses that were like fitting the type of dresses that I wanted. So I showed them some of the dresses that I'd seen on their website, and because they didn't have it in store, they gave me like similar ones to try on. So I thought that was really great as well. And every time I came out and I did that little walk in front of people, like, everybody was like, oh my gosh, you look so good. And yeah, it was brilliant. And another thing is, when I tried on the fitted dress and it wasn't really going well, one of the ladies that was helping me with my dresses was literally like, why don't you try a ball gown type of dress, you know, A-line type of dress, just to have a feel. Like, I know you want a fitted dress, that's your ideal, but why don't you try a ball gown? Guys, I tried a few of the ball gowns, and can you imagine, at Wet to Be, I prefer the ball gown type of dresses over the fitted dress. With Wet to Be, you can get a really good dress ranging from £600 to 1,000 plus. If you're really on a tight budget and you're spending more budget on other things, then Wet to Be is a very good place to start. And it was really a lovely experience, but unfortunately, we had to leave Wet to Be. I was lucky enough that my husband's cousin had recently got married, and so when I seen her, I was like, hey girl, congratulations. Yeah, when I was in my planning stage, yeah, every time I see somebody that's married, every time on TikTok, I am going to pop up to you and ask you a question. I didn't care. Like, I went over to say congratulations, and then I said, babe, I'm trying to find a wedding dress, can you please advise, can you please help? Because I was actually torn between getting my dress done here in England and also getting my dress done in Ghana. Now, the reason I didn't want to do it in Ghana at all, because I went to Ghana at the beginning of the year, and I knew I definitely didn't want to get my dress done in Ghana, because I was like, I don't want to travel back to do another fitting here. I didn't want to pay no additional fees, no whatever, and it's like, it's important, it's your wedding dress, like, you don't want to mess around with stuff like that. And I knew that I wanted to go to the gym to lose weight. I knew that I could possibly gain weight. I didn't know what was going to happen to me, so I was like, I'm not getting it done abroad, it had to be done in the UK. She said to me, look, go to this shop called Mary Bridal. So actually, the day that I went to go and try on my dresses in Wet to Be with my sisters-in-law, I had already booked an appointment with Mary Bridal, which was in Finsbury Park. Right after we left Wet to Be, my sisters-in-law and I jumped on the underground and we were off to Finsbury Park. They had like loads of different wedding dress shops, but one thing about me, and this is one thing that vendors need to know, people will always prefer word of mouth referrals to what they read online. So I said, do you know what, there's so many stores, this person I know that's basically family, like, she's giving me word of mouth. She got married a few months ago and she said she had a great experience with these people. Who am I to deny it? Do you know what I mean? So I went there. I will be honest with you, when I went in there, I thought, oh, okay, it's quite a small shop. You know, I had already been speaking to them on Instagram, so when they saw me, they were like excited and expecting me, so that was really nice. I always knew that I wanted a sweetheart neckline, but I also knew that I wanted a fitted dress with an attachment, like an overskirt. So with this shop, you can get them to get a dress made for you, and I think my dress was made within 5 or 6 months. So what I did was I tried one of their dresses in store, and then I explained to them what I didn't want. So the one that I tried on in store, as you can see, it had straps, fitted, and then in store they had like different types of overskirts there as well. So I tried on the fitted dress that's like a mermaid, fitted to my knee, and then the bottom was open, flowy, and then they put the overskirt behind it just to give me the look and the feel of how it just was gonna be like. Guys, I was sold immediately. I said yes to the dress immediately, like even though it wasn't that actual dress. I was so gassed. I'll be so honest with you, yeah. After I left Wet to Be, I was feeling like, I thought that first dress was gonna be magical, and it wasn't really given at the time, so I was really feeling down. So when I tried that dress and I was seeing a vision of what I had saved on my Pinterest mood board and what life is looking right now, right there, I was really gassed, guys. What did I say? I mean, I was just like, yeah, I'm about to marry my husband. I was immediately sold, and we went straight to take my full measurements. While I was there, she showed me a couple of the materials I could choose from, and I already told her, I said, look, I want a material that has loads of like embellishment. The one that I had tried on in the shop didn't have embellishment all the way around the body part. It had embellishment on the top part, and then it stopped kind of like in the midsection. So I said, can I have embellishment, a material that goes all the way to the middle? It showed me a few of the lace materials that was there, and then I don't think I picked a specific one, but I just said, can you give me a material that looks more like this, for example. I pointed at the one that I wanted it to be similar to, and I told her I didn't want the ones that was just plain, and I didn't want the one that was like just lacy. So I just kind of like went over that with her. We took my measurement, and then it was down to pricing. Guys, when I tell you, I absolutely loved the deal that I got. Now, I got my dress custom made for me, overskirt, my veil, I think it was like 5 meters longer than my overskirt, which was pretty long already, all my alterations, everything together, it was basically under £2,000, guys. After we discussed the price, I had to pay a half of the price for the dress, and I kind of left. So in September, I went back to go and pick up my dress, but this time around I went with my mom, and my mom had come from Ghana, so I was glad that I was able to do that with her. I'm her only daughter. So we went over there and I tried on the dress. She loved it, but guys, I had lost so much weight to the point that they had to use clips to hold the back of my dress for me to have an idea of what it was. August, I had a very stressful time during my wedding planning series. I was having vendors moving mad, cancelling and stuff like that, and I was dealing with that. So I lost so much weight. I left it with them till September, but I was in contact with them every now and again just to check that everything was okay. Because I had lost so much weight, she didn't want me to pick up the dress too soon. So I went to go and pick her up maybe like 5 or 10 days before the wedding, the white wedding, and I'm so glad I did that in the end, actually, because my whole house was filled with so much stuff to do with the wedding, and I actually wouldn't have known where to keep the dress. The experience was super amazing. I would 100% recommend Merry Bridal. Had a really great time, guys. I will say that yesterday's price is not today's price. Like with weddings, a lot of things change, and every year things tend to be a bit more expensive. I don't know why that is, based off of your style and what you prefer and stuff like that. It might not be the exact same amount, but at least you have an idea of roughly how much it could cost you if you're having something similar to mine. I wore it for my ceremony. I kept the overskirt on for my reception entrance, and then when we were doing our first dance, my coordinator helped me take it off, and I did the first dance without the overskirt, and it was beautiful. It was such a lovely dress. I honestly love it so much. I 100% recommend my vendor. You can try them out. I'll put all the details on the screen and probably in the description as well, so you can go and find them. I wish you all the best and all the luck with finding your dress. I'm excited for you. I got my shoes from Shein. They were the most comfortable shoes ever. Kept it on even till the reception and I was dancing in them. For the legal wedding, it was literally myself, my husband. It was just a handful of us. It was always going to be something so simple, so cute. So I wore this really lovely dress from Boohoo, halter neck with a bit of like roses around the neck. I wore these heels from Shein, bag, hair piece from Shein as well. I think my jewelry was from Shein. Yeah, that was basically the look. When it comes to the reception dress, guys, I got my reception dress done in Ghana. Now I got it done by _atelier. She was so great. Customer service was 10 out of 10. The only thing I would say is I went to Ghana in February. My wedding was in October. I had told them my mom was gonna come to the UK from Ghana sometime in August, September. It was the plan. I feel like because she knew she had loads of time, she wasn't really prioritizing me towards the end. So what happened was I saw her on Instagram. I realized that she had done a dress for a couple of people that I knew. You know, they told me she was great, so I hit her up on Instagram. I asked for her price range. She sent me a list of her pricing. I can't remember how much I paid, but I think initially with the style that I told her I wanted, she was gonna charge me, including the cost of the material, around 5,000 Ghana cedis. I think I ended up paying an additional 2,000. When I went to Ghana, I went to her office to try on my dress, and it was so nice. She had fitted me so well. You know, that was that kind of like the main part of the body, so I left that with her. Back to the UK, because what was left was just adding embellishment and like glove, a veil, because I wanted a veil. So this was the inspo what I wanted, and this is what she done for me. I was a bit disappointed when the dress came because I told her that I wanted like a very full design at the front, but yeah, I don't know, I feel like maybe I didn't communicate properly, and because I told them my budget, I feel like she was just like, this is what your money can afford, I'm leaving it as that. Whereas for me, I was strict on budget because I'm not trying to get played by vendors, so I'm gonna put my foot down. But if you feel like, listen, this style that you're asking for, you need to pay more to get that done, you need to voice that so that I can then, do you know what I mean, like pay that additional if I have to get the style done. Overall, like the price and what I paid for, she did an amazing job, and her customer service, I will not fault her. It was absolutely brilliant. I just didn't appreciate the fact that the dress came, gloves were hideous. Like I think I even threw it in the bin. I forgot to take a picture of it. It looked like something that you'd wear to go and scrub the toilet. Again, if the material was not enough, you could have communicated that with me, and then I could have then discussed a different option. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was not very nice. In the end, I just wore the dress with the veil. But my mum, bless her heart, she done a lot of work trying to make sure that the front bit of the dress was glistening enough with loads of the embellishment and the beading, the beadwork, because a lot of the beadwork that she done, by the time the dress got here, even though my parents carried it hand luggage, it came and like loads of the beading had fallen out. So in my head, I'm like, what if my mom didn't have these things? Like my mom being so smart and so hands-on, I love her to bits, like she's so great. If she hadn't done all of that and brought the stuff that could be added to it, that's it. I would have had to pay hundreds of pounds for somebody to do it here, or I would have had to wear a dress that I wasn't completely happy with on my wedding day. Thank God the devil tried me, but when I tell you, I had the best time on my wedding days. Like all my wedding days, like I literally had the best time. All glory to God. With the reception dress, I had lost a lot of weight as well, so as I said, but because it was a simple material, it's not as complicated as a white wedding dress. So again, thank God for my beautiful hands-on crafty mom. She was able to adjust it to fit my hips. Thank God that all my dresses were corseted as well, so with the waist and stuff that I lost weight with, it wasn't too bad because we could just tighten the corset a little bit tighter. For my reception shoes, I got my shoes from Selfridges. I got the Steve Madden heels. They were super shiny. I wore my Vivienne Westwood earrings. I doubled it up, stacked them. For my bracelets, I got them from TK Maxx. I can't remember the name of the brand. Yeah guys, that was my look. I really wish you guys all the best. You're gonna have the best time on your wedding day, and yeah, happy wedding planning. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye.